Hey everybody, and welcome back. My name is Sue and I'm from OML Embroidery, and today we're going to be working on this super cute Easter Bunny mug rug. Now we're using my 10 needle machine, and I'd like to point out that I completely forgot to put the colors in, so that's why there's all these lines. I'm gonna have to magic wand it all the way. I guess I got used to a single needle machine. So hoop WSS, water soluble stabilizer, and the first step is going to be the placement line. So this fits into the 8x8 hoop. I haven't done it any smaller, by the way, and you can pick this up at omlembroidery.com. So I'm going to add my batting, and then we're going to stitch it down. So let's do that now. And of course I have to change colors just a little bit because again, I forgot to program everything. So stitch it down. It's going to stitch down twice, and I am going to speed up the no, I'm going to speed up the video so we can move this along a little bit faster. So once this is done stitching out, by the magic of editing, which I love doing, it's going to be trimmed. So carefully trim it. I could have taken my time a little bit more to trim it a little bit better, but that's okay. It still looks good. Look at that magic going on. So once the batting is trimmed, we're going to start with the applique and the folded fabric. So the first part is applique, always when you're doing folded fabric. So the first step is going to be the placement line in all of these. But this one's applique. So placement line, you're going to place your fabric face up, and it's going to stitch it down. So this part is easy. We've done lots and lots of appliques. So place your fabric down, make sure it fits over everything. You don't have to worry about a seam allowance on this one. This is a satin stitch finish, so it's awesome. So stitch it down. It's going to stitch it down twice. I'm using yellow for no reason other than the fact that I didn't put the colors in. You really can't see it very well, but you can see it stitching down. So stitch out twice. There we go, looking good. And again, by the magic of editing, it's going to be trimmed out. I wish I could snap my fingers and have it happen. Look at that. Isn't that perfect? I love it. So the next step, we're going to start on the folded fabric, is we're going to stitch the placement so that you know how big to set up your fabric. And it's going to be placed face down and above, going up. So when we fold it, it goes down. So it needs to cover the line, because we're going to stitch out just a running stitch line, and it's going to hold the fabric down. There we go. And it's important that it's face down. So once that stitches, then we are going to stitch that down, and that's our third and final step for the folded fabric. So make a nice crease and stitch it down, then cut it out. So here we are on the third one, and placement, and then we're going to put the fabric down. I'm going to do a frame out here to make it easier, and it's a great view too with our new cameras. I love it. Fabric face down, make sure it's covering the line. I could have moved it up a little bit, but that's okay. The fold can stay under nicely. And fold it over, and look how pretty that is. Make a nice finger crease. You can iron it if you want. You can tape it down if you want. You could use a little bit of spray if you want. I just tend to leave it the way it is, and it works fine for me. So once that is stitched down, trim it out right to the edges, and we're going to do our last folded fabric. And of course the placement line, and then for the last time we're going to place our fabric down face down, and make sure it's covering that line that it's going to stitch out. And then we're going to fold it down and then stitch it down so everything stays. Look how pretty that is. I just love it. So let's stitch it down, and then we're going to trim it out right to the edges. Again, you don't have to worry about a seam allowance. And now we're going to start on the quilting stitches, which is really nice. I left a color change for each band, each layer of it, but you could easily do all one color in it and it would look good. Maybe a metallic. The quilting stitches are nice and light, so you could use a metallic thread. I think it would look pretty darn good. So far, this is coming out really nicely. I love it. So our last applique is our bunny. And the first step on the applique is the outline. And I'm going to use bright green fabric because why not? I think it's really cute. Make sure your fabric covers over your lines. I know mine are hard to see, but there it is. And I'm just using scraps. You've seen me use these colors before. And now it's going to stitch down. And it's only going to stitch it once because we have lots of satin stitches to put on it. Carefully trim everything out, and by the magic, there we go. And now we're going to do our satin cover stitches. Now these satin stitches are very forgiving, so if you didn't trim it perfectly, it should look awesome. I'm using kind of like a lime green just to brighten everything up. And I think he looks pretty good coming towards the end there. And I like the green. I really like the green. So now we're going to be doing some detail work, which in this case is just simply the bunny rabbit tail. And I'm going to do mine in pink instead of white because why not? If you have a green bunny, you might as well have a pink tail. So feel free to go crazy with the colors and come up with your own, you know, special effect, I guess, to make it your own. So I like the way this is coming out. Now ready for the fun part. As soon as the tail gets done stitching, the next object that's going to stitch is just like the egg shape. So that means we're going to be doing the back. So put fabric behind, underneath, face down. So underneath the hoop, face down, and with the WSS you can see where it is. So you can see to make sure that everything is covered. And once that's done stitching, then take the hoop off of the machine, and then you're going to trim it on the back. The front is already trimmed, so you don't have to worry about that. And we're going to trim out the back very nicely. I love it. This is the time where you change your bobbin to match your top thread so that the back and the front look nice. And it's going to stitch out these wonderful satin stitches with a little twist. They look really, really pretty. So here they are stitching out. I did it in pink, and I think it brings everything together. Now I am a little off because I didn't cut my batting perfectly, but that's okay. I still think it looks good. I hope you guys have a ton of fun creating your own bunny mug rug in the 8x8 hoop. I think it's really cute. I've seen already some super cute designs and colors and hot pink for our Lynn, and I think it's just really cute for Easter, and you could maybe put a few of them together and make a table runner or something like that. Anyways, it's a lot of fun. It's easy to stitch out. You can practice with different colors, different scraps. I think it would work. I will be making a smaller one, so I will let you guys know when that comes out. It's not going to have quite as much detail, but it'll still be cute. Look at that. It's almost done stitching. Look at how cute that is. I just love it. There is a little bit of room. You could put some smaller lettering if you want, but I think it looks fantastic, just simple like this. So once it's done stitching, you can take it out of the hoop and you can soak it in some water to get rid of all that WSS, and you will have a wonderful, wonderful finished edge. So thanks everyone for watching. I hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys will head on over to omlembroidery.com and pick up your Easter Bunny mug rug. It's too cute to be true, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye! Don't forget to like and share.